So ever since I tried Cursor for development, I've wanted an equivalent for my product management work. So for instance, I'm looking at a AI Hairstyles free try project, and if I do add an update going to staging now. And what I want basically is an AI LLM that can do stuff for me in the browser. And so that's kind of what I built. And this is a bit of a big day for me because I've submitted the extension to Chrome as well as Firefox to get approved and hopefully get live on those stores. So just to remind myself of the goal of this project, I want to make my life as a product manager and project manager, I think this is good for projects as well, easier by adding cursor-like interface in the browser that makes it quicker and easier for me to switch context, manage projects, and get work done. And so that's kind of what I've done. I've given my in-browser workflows. So like as product managers, we're always in the browser, bouncing from either Jira to emails to Google Docs. And I find I always want one place for these documents to be connected together, and also an easy way for me to update whoever needs to be updated on ongoing work. So let me show you an example. So this project is AI Hairstyles free try. My AI Hairstyles product is at the moment paid only, but I want to add a free trial to this project. So I'm using this project as an example. So letting users of AI Hairstyles try out the hairstyles for free without making them pay up front. I've added an update just now that it's going to staging, but I don't have any links. And so the point of links is that as I navigate around the web and I go to different pages, if I land on a page that is linked to this project, I want to be told about it and I want to have all of the context of that project, because again, as a product manager, I am always bouncing around about, I don't know, feels like 20 different ongoing projects at any one time, and I cannot keep all of that information in my head. So the way I would do that is I would, for instance, with this PRD, I've got this PRD here for my free try. And I'm just going to say add as a link. I've already got this project selected, so the LLM has that as context, and it's just going to add a project link to this project. And if I go back to my project, we now have a link. And basically this means that if I open up this project, I've got all the links in one place. But also, if I create a new project, just to get away from this project for a sec, and I'm going to select the version project, and let's say I'm in a new chat, but then I go and land on my PRD again, it will auto select my AI Hairstyles free try because it's a project link. And this really starts to become useful when you start collecting the links that are places that you need to update. So I have a CEO email thread here on my own CEO telling me to get a move on. And so the links feature means that I've got access to that email thread right here. If there are any updates in the work, I can go straight to that email thread and update it. In future, I do think that I can potentially have an integration with Gmail, but baby steps for now. And it also means if I have a different project selected and then land on that email thread, I can come in here and see the latest updates. If I go over to Jira, I've got my Jira Epic. I'm going to again just say add as link, and this can kind of get cumbersome to type this every time. And so one of the features I've added is a set of custom commands. So we can create a new command. I'm going to say add link, perhaps. I'm going to say add link as the tag, add the current page as a link to this project. And this is effectively just sort of injecting this text whenever I add in this tag. This is a bit wonky, this UI. I might actually add this as just an inbuilt command, but for now it's a custom command. So whatever page I'm on, I can do a / and add link. There we go. All right, it's added as a project link. And if I come over here to my project and refresh. So that's sort of the main thing that I was trying to get with this first iteration of this plugin, is just to centralize all of the links for a given project and have my little cursor-like AI sidebar over here that will give me the latest information, let me do things like add updates and auto-select the project basically, and show me the latest updates to that project whenever I'm on a relevant page. And so yeah, for me, the main problem I wanted to solve here was organizing my projects. And project here I'm using as a loose term. I'm not, it doesn't map project to Epic or project to initiative or whatever. I'm sort of, a project can be literally anything that just comes into my inbox that I need to do something on or update somebody for, or update somebody on, and then context switching. So I don't know about you, but as a PM, I am constantly switching context multiple times per day, and I struggle to keep it all in my head. Some specific features of this, we have configurable system prompts, custom commands, custom project statuses. So I do have the ability in here to have different statuses. So if you've got something that's blocked or waiting or not doing, etc., etc., you can customize that yourself. It's entirely local, so you'll notice that this is not a SupaPM link. It is all local. All of your data here is local. If you delete your data, which you can do here, or reset all data, that will delete all of your local data. We also have dark mode and light mode. These two bits don't work quite very well at the moment. I'm still working on the shortcuts to open side panel, etc. And you can add your name. The reason I thought about adding your name is because in the future, if you do have a team working on this, you might want people's names, but it's not necessary right now. And there's some general needed improvements that I'm aware of. So general UI improvements, color and text in the side panel. I'm not quite happy with all the multiple different sizes of fonts, etc. It's a bit messy, so I want to clean that up. Improved onboarding flow. At the moment, when you install the extension, it just sort of dumps you there and doesn't really give you any guidance on how to create your API key and connect a different model. You can select different models here, and I will be adding more, and I also would like to explore a local model as well, but that's not just there yet. So no local mode for the LLM, at least. And no context management, so summarizing chats and continuing. So if you're familiar with Cursor, if you're constantly having a big long conversation here, adding lots of information as context, you'll have a little circle that sort of eventually fills up, and when it does, then the chat summarizes itself and continues on so that you don't run out of context tokens for that given model. Definitely something I want to add in. But that's basically it, and I need to update my homepage here so that it's not join waitlist, but actually go and download the different extension based on your browser, and also update these features. These are not features that I want to get to just yet.